Harry Reid, and no surprise here, and really you shouldn't take anything Harry Reid says seriously, but Harry Reid did say that, and others have jumped on board, calling for Comey's resignation and saying, as Harry Reid did, that he broke the law, Comey broke the law by violating the Hatch Act, which prohibits law enforcement from influencing an election 60 days out to the fruition of the election. Any credence to that whatsoever in your mind?
Nah, it's idiotic. Look, political corruption investigations, I know this is the late-breaking news, but they're political. And when there are developments in them, they tend to be political developments, or at least illegal developments that have political consequences. You can't avoid the fact that a corruption investigation is infused with politics. And that's one of the reasons, Steve, that the prudent thing for law enforcement to do is don't make any comments at all. And if no comments had been made in July, there'd be no need to be making comments now. But it wasn't proper to take the steps that were taken in July to say the investigation was closed with no charges. Simply nothing should have been said, which is what generally speaking happens. They took what Comey said back then and contorted it into an exoneration of Mrs. Clinton.
Right.
In fact, what he said was that this kind of conduct, even if it didn't get prosecuted, is the sort of thing that gets people fired and at least gets their security clearances taken away from them. Anyway, I didn't hear the Democrats complaining about it then. And all he said last week, I want to point out to people, he hasn't implicated Mrs. Clinton in a single crime with respect to what he said last week. He simply said the investigation is still open. And when you engage in egregious misconduct, as Mrs. Clinton has, you tend to be under investigation, and you don't have a right to know when the investigation is closed.
Absolutely.